Hey everybody, Joe at Bumbling Acres. I hope you all are doing well. It's Saturday and it's a wonderful day on the homestead. I hope you all are doing well. I hope this message finds you happy and healthy. Today was kind of had something on my mind all kind of the last couple days, and it's been driven by some things going on at home for us. And it's really continuity and change, and how continuity and change affect the homestead community and how it affects all of us, but it's very much highlighted in the homesteading community and the homesteading world. And part of that is because we are so connected with the land that we're on, with the animals that we raise, that is a literal visceral connection. And those are not static systems. Those are not systems that stay in one place. I mean, we've tried to simplify agricultural production of food through, even our gardens and our homes, in our animals, in this industrial model where we try to not allow them to be themselves. We're trying to just look at them as these isolated food sources. And in order to do that at the scale that they want and the scale that the American society has accepted as real, it requires really boiling down an animal to one place, and what's the minimums for everything. And you have to isolate everything, and everything's isolated down. And on a homestead, in an agricultural, when you're looking at a permacultural sense, you don't have that luxury, nor should you. That's not how animals are. Animals form a symbiotic relationship with us and our caretaking of the land and developing. And obviously, they are a food source for us, but they are also a source of which that without our partnership with them and the natural community around us, our land becomes fallow, our wastes away in front of us. So our animals are partners with us in our permacultural journey. And so is all the choices that we make. And because this is a large scale, this is not an isolationist approach, you are going to have to deal with continuity and change in that. And the simple things are the seasonal changes, the fact that there's a growing season depending upon where you are. If you're going to grow, you need to know what your growing season is, what type of land do you have in what regions that will allow you to produce and when you can and what it can produce well. Those are change, and there's a level of standardness to them. The bigger thing as a homesteader is really addressing what do you do when you have continuity and change, and how do you have a relationship with continuity and change so that you continue to move forward. And part of that is counterintuitively recognizing when your plan, you should set a plan for the coming year. You should set a plan for what you're going to do next. And you should set goals and set purposeful numbers to make those goals happen. But there becomes a reality where you have to realize that you have to change where your thoughts were and what your goals were. You're not in an independent system that it's at your beck and call. Nature will dictate what happens, so you partner with nature. So continuity and change on the homestead, for example, we were really going to expand ourselves out this year. We were going to do a lot more meat birds this year. We were planning on doing 120 meat bird chickens. We were planning on raising turkeys. We were planning on really stepping up, getting 2 pigs on our property, incorporating all this fencing and everything into our property this year. That was our plan. That was our hope. That was the building towards. And the reality was, talking with my wife this week, has been that is simply not possible for us right now. And part of continuity and change on the homestead is realizing these plans you have, you should move towards those plans with conviction, but you're not marrying those plans. You're married to the ground. You have a symbiotic relationship with your property, with everything on it. And sometimes what you really want isn't what can happen on your property, and you have to recognize the limitations of yourself and the limitations of everything around you. So we really made some big steps a couple in the last 2 months of saying, here's what we're going to do this next year. We're launching a website. We're launching these services that we want to do. And we kind of realized this week, we stepped beyond what our partnership with the land will allow. And we're still going to be marketing eggs. We're still going to be marketing meat birds to those that I know. We're still going to do those steps, but we are not doing it at the scale that we had originally planned. We have not developed our property. We have not developed our space in a manner that allows us to do that while still holding true to our permaculture mentality and our philosophical approach to homesteading. So to me, that's not a failure. Like I said, homestead, if you watch my videos, one of the things I talk about is one of the hardest things about homesteading is failure. The fact that there are things you just will set out to do and you cannot do. You wind up failing at it. And you have to learn from that. This is not a failure. This is a reality of recognizing your partnership with the land around you, with your animals, with the ground, and you can't go beyond what your land will allow. You have to establish that relationship and that symbiotic communication with your land that will allow you to have the success you want. Anyone who's looking at getting into homesteading, dream big, take steps towards those dreams. Don't marry those dreams. You're married to the land you're a part of. I'm married to my wife, obviously, but I'm in a symbiotic relationship with the land. And I have to make sure that my relationship with the land is equal. I give it to it, it gives to me. The minute I try to overburden that relationship is the minute it will not produce for me. Because it's a symbiotic. I give and I get. The minute I start trying to get more than I give, Mother Nature's not going to allow it. I don't want to do all the stuff the industrial agricultural farms do in order to get what they want without the land playing a role. So, continuity and change. Continuity, that things stay the same. Change, obviously, that things are going to change. So, homesteading, you've got to be on the lookout for continuity and change. And how do you incorporate? And how do you accept the fact that sometimes your plans aren't the right plans? It's not just about you. Homesteading is not about you. It's about yourselves, your family, your land, your animals, a symbiotic relationship between all the parties. So don't be afraid to take steps out, take those dreams, make them real. Don't be afraid to look around every now and then and go, missed it. I don't have the relationship yet with my land that will allow me to generate what I want. So what do I need to do? I need to take steps towards developing the relationship with my land, developing the property so that it's ready, so that I have cultivated it to a place where it can provide for me. So, continuity, change, symbiotic relationships. That's homesteading. So anyway, this is Joe with Bumbling Acres. Don't forget to check out our website, bumblingacres.com. My beautiful wife, Deborah, has a unfiltered blog. Wonderful stuff. I'm a little biased, but it's still true. And I put up some articles there as I reflect on things. So we also have our Bumbling Acres Facebook page. If you have any questions, feel free to mark them. I hope you all are doing well, and I hope you're enjoying your Saturday. I am truly in love with my property, and it's wonderful to be here. So thank y'all. Have a great day. Bye.